If you are new to Power BI, learn these 5 DAX function. Number 1 is sum, 2 is calculate, 3 filter, 4 if, and the fifth one is related. Let's quickly do that. So let's create those measures. I can come here to the 3 dotted line here and click on new measure. So we'll be starting from sum, which is like the first one, and you need to start simple, right? So let's give it a name, underscore sales. So we want our sales value to be equals to, just like your sum in Excel, just like your sum in Excel, I'll just give it a name, total sales. Total sales equals to sum. Then the IntelliSense will ask you which column do you want to. I want the sales amount column. Sales, then sales amount is here. Just tap this, close the bracket, and we're good to go. Enter, and that will give us our total sales. So we have a month year table here. Let's just include this our total sales. So that will be our total sales for each of the months. We can convert this to a table. Let's convert it to a table so that we'll be able to see the values. Yeah, this is our total sales based on the month year, right? I think we can change it to a fiscal quarter. Let's do a fiscal quarter. That will be a very good one. I'll remove this month year. Then that will give us whatever we're looking for. So we have this, and then we can now add our sales. Okay, so we have the second one, which is the calculate function. I'll just click and then bring the measure. All right, for this one, I want to say I will be calculating total sales, but the total sales, let's do underscore total sales for total sales, but for US. So let's just say US total sales. For that, we'll have equals to, this time around, it's going to be the calculate function because that is your MVP kind of calculation. It modifies the contents of your measure. So it is very powerful. So calculate, the first thing is the expression. I can pass in what I use as my previous measures. So I want the sales. However, I want to filter out some things from the sales. So I'll just say underscore sales, underscore total sales. Okay, comma. Then you can do a shift enter so that your code is a bit clean. Now this time around, I know that from the sales territory table, there is a column. So sales territory, there is a column called country. Yeah. And within that column called country, there is United States in this way. Then shift enter, that is all. So this is total sales for just US. This is not overall total sales. This is total sales for US. Now, as you can see, dragging it, you have this. While there is a total aggregate sales of 6 million, there is a total sales of 3.7 million for financial year of 2018 Q1. So what you can also do is to convert it to a dollar. So I can just click on this dollar and also. So the next one is the filter. Let's just add that also. You have the filter cannot stay alone, so you will need to have some other things. So filter will be another another function. So we'll just put a filter inside of a calculate function. But what we intend to do here is either you want to apply row level filters inside other functions. So basically, I will just say I'm looking for anywhere sales that is greater than 100. So I need I sales. I just want to calculate my I sales. I Let's call this one I sales. I sales equals to, now shift enter. I want to say calculate first, and the expression I pass will still be my total sales expression. Now instead of running directly, I will then add another function called filter. As you can see, the filter needs a table, which is our sales table, no problem. Then comma, it needs the expression. So it is the expression we need to now make what we need. So this is going to be sales amount. Anywhere our sales amount is greater than 1,000, any product or sales that is greater than 1,000, regard it as high sales. So that is going to be our filter. The first bracket is for the filter. So the next bracket will be for the calculate function. As you can see, you can now do enter. This will be our high sales. So adding it to the table, we now have I sales, and this is the I sales financial year 2018 first quarter had I sales of this. If we need to get the low sales also, we just need to now say less than, do the same thing. Let's get low sales directly from here. Now, I'll just copy the code. So I'll just copy the code, and then what I change here is just this place, less than or equals to 1,000. When the sales amount is less than or equals to 1,000, it is regarded as low sales. If you press enter now, you should be able to have your output. Now that we have added the high sales and low sales, you will notice that the filter works perfectly because this is 21 million, this is 2 million. If you have 21 and 2 million, you should be having the total sales of 23 million. That is the function of filter, just to be able to dynamically, filter your data, right? Let's go to the next one, and the next one will be if function, which is to add logic to whatever we are calculating. So let's add some logic. For the if function, so what I'll do is, let's just say pass or fail equals to pass or fail, then we use the if function. One good thing is you can even use a previous measure within your if. So what is the logical test? I want to say if I sales is greater than the low sales, then it's pass. So then I will say if underscore I sales is greater than underscore low sales. That is my logic. Then comma, shift enter. What do I want to return? I want to return pass. Then comma, if it doesn't, then it failed. That is my if function, just like what we have in Excel. So now that we have done that, we can now pass that into the table. Okay, so basically we have all passed. So as you can see, high sales is greater than low sales at every row that we have here, and that is why we have passed. Yeah, so that is correct. Now we can go to the final one, which is now related. For related, it works like a VLOOKUP in Excel. So basically, I have a list price in my product table here. So since there is a relationship, there must be a relationship for this to work. If there's a relationship between sales and product, you can see there's a relationship between sales and product on product key. I can use related to pull in this particular list price into the sales table. So let's fix that. So let me just say, okay, currently I'm on sales table, but it's a new column I will use here. So I'll just use a new column, not the measure this time. So because I want to pull in that particular column down to my sales table. Now we have it, so let's just create it. This time around, I will be saying list price, okay, list price, and that will be just related function, related to which particular column or table. So I will say list price. So now I'm in the sales. I'm going to pull the list price from the product table down to the sales table, just like VLOOKUP. As you can see here, we now have our list price. When you look at what we have within the list price, these are the list price that we pull from the product table down to the sales table because there is a relationship between them. So these are the top 5 DAX functions that you should be able to know if you are a beginner. Let me know if you like this. Please comment, share, and do subscribe. Thank you very much.